Summary of On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. Bri, who is 16 years old, can hardly focus on her ACT practice test because she is waiting for DJ Hype to call her and tell her she can join a rap fight in an hour. It takes almost an hour for Bri to get the call. At home, her mom Jay is making popcorn church, a bad-tasting fast food meal made of a bunch of different foods. Jay isn't going to tell her. Aunt Pooh, who is part of the Garden Disciples gang, takes Bri to the ring. They skip the line, and the bouncers call Bri Lil Law, which is a reference to her famous rapper dad Lawless, who was killed by the Crown's gang 12 years ago. Bri wants to come up with her own name. A kid named Miles is up against Bri when it's her turn to rap. Supreme, Lawless's old boss, raised him. Lawless is insulted by Miles, but Bri does so well in the second and third rounds that she wins. That night, Bri has the nightmare she has every night. Jay is hooked on crack and is leaving Bri and her brother Trey with their grandparents. For this reason, Bri calls her mom Jay instead of mom. Bri is happy in the morning because her best friends Sunny and Malik saw her rap fight video and told her how proud they are of her. The guards, Long and Tate, ask to search Bri's bag as she tries to go through security. Bri says no because she has illegal candy to sell and is saving money to buy Tim's. Long then throws Bri to the ground. Bri finds out in the office that Jay lost her job at their church, and Dr. Rhodes, the director, says that Long and Tate's attack wasn't based on race. Bri is suspended because she sold candy. When Bri and Jay get home, Bri gets mad and leaves to find Pooh. Bri is upset, so Pooh and her best friend Scrap soothe her. Pooh tells Bri that she has a chance to record a song. There's a pizza place nearby, and Trey shows up dressed for work. He forces Bri to go with him. He tells Bri that things will be fine. Bri doesn't let Jay know that she's going to record a song. While Bri is getting ready to start, Pooh is called away to a drug deal. Bri writes a song about the problems black people face and the roles they're supposed to play because she feels alone and angry. Bri doesn't know what to do with the finished item. Bri agrees to sit with Grandma and Granddaddy at church the next day. Sister Daniels, who is the grandmother of Curtis, Bri's annoying friend, tells Grandma what happened to Bri. She also makes it sound like Jay is high. After the meal, Bri is shocked when Curtis says in a sensitive way that he hates how the school treats black kids. Wednesday, Bri asks her gay friend Sunny if Curtis is cute while they're on the bus and lets him listen to her song. His friends and other people on the bus also love it. Sunny tells Bri at school that he's been talking to a guy named Rapid online, but he's not sure if he wants to start a relationship. Bri tries to make him feel better and agrees to go get pizza for lunch with Malik, thinking it's a date. Merrick brings Shauna along to act like his girlfriend, so Bri is shocked when she finds out it's not a date. He makes Bri feel bad, doesn't like her song, and wants Bri's permission to share the video he took of what happened with Long and Tate. Bri says no. That weekend, Jay forces Bri to go with her to a food giveaway. On a table, Bri finds a pair of Tims that fit her. Supreme, who is helping at the event, tells Bri how nice she looks. Bri isn't sure if she can trust him, but she asks him to listen to her song when he says that he got D-Nice a record deal. He really likes it and wants the link. Jay cuts her off, but Bri is still hopeful. A record deal would help her family get out of poverty. The old chain of Lawless is given to Bri by Jay for Christmas. Pooh walks in and doesn't care that Bri is mad that she left her to record alone. Instead, she gets angry about what Bri says in her song. She tells Bri to get rid of it, but Bri sends Supreme the link instead. Bride wakes up to find that her landlord has asked for 2 months' rent. It was the first day back to school after the break. But Jay tells Bri that they can't offer Lawless's chain for sale. At school, Curtis tells her that her song is getting a lot of attention, but Malik keeps saying that he doesn't like it. After 2 weeks, Bri fights again at the ring. As they get ready to go in, a Crown sees the chain and makes Bri afraid. He then pulls out a gun along with Pooh. The bouncers won't let Bri in, so she performs for the people in line while being very angry. Bree doesn't want to go home with Pooh, so she takes a ride from Supreme instead. Supreme tells Bree that everything she does will make her money because it scares white parents and makes white kids want to be around her. He tells Bree that she needs a better boss. When Bree sees comments about her on the internet the next morning, she knows that Supreme was right. But she doesn't want to fire Pooh because he's bringing food over later. Trey watched the tape of Bree's bad behavior and told her she should not behave that way. Though he agrees that her song is good, he tells her that she has no idea what she's talking about when she talks about guns and gangs. Long and Tate are back at school. When the students start to sing Bree's song, some boys, including Curtis, attack Long and Tate. Bree grabs Curtis and gets Malik, Sunny, and Shauna to run with her to Malik's house. Malik tries again to get Bree to agree to let him show the video of her being beaten to the public, but she says no. Jay learns about Bree's song at home when the news shows the school gathering. Bree isn't allowed to rap, she says. Bree is so mad about this that she agrees to meet Supreme as soon as he texts her. Supreme buys Bree breakfast and gives her brand new Timbs as a gift to say thanks for her song getting popular. D-Nice is also there, and Bree knows that Supreme is trying to get her to leave Pooh. Bree agrees to work with Supreme when D-Nice tells him that Supreme will help him take care of his family. Jay makes Bree study for the ACT when she gets home. When Bree gets her phone back, she sees that a white reporter has started a drive to have her song taken down from the website. Bree is so angry that she goes live on Instagram and attacks the attempt to censor her. In the morning, she feels bad about it, especially after Trey tells her he saw it. This is when Sunny and Malik show up to talk to Bree. She doesn't want to play computer games at Malik's house because she is mad at them, but she does agree. Bree agrees to let Malik use the video of her attack to make a music video for her song. Malik gives Bree a hug and a kiss after Sunny leaves. The kiss is awful, and they look silly as they walk home. The Crown drives by on its way to Bree's house, hits Malik, holds Bree at gunpoint, and takes Lawless's chain. This is what Bree tells Pooh when she calls her. Pooh goes away after taking Bree home. Bree feels bad that she sold the chain in the morning because her power went out. Granny and Daddy come over the next evening. Grandma tells Jay she's a bad mom when they find out the power is out, but Jay says she's just poor. Jay gets money from his grandfather to pay the bill. Trey sends Bree outside when they leave. She gets a call from Supreme telling her that DJ Hype wants to talk to her over the weekend. After 4 days, Bree goes with Jay to the PTA meeting with the director to talk about school safety. Even though Shauna and Jay both come out against racial stereotyping, Dr. Cook won't admit that there are problems. Afterward, Jay stops him, tells him that Bree is a child, and asks him to look out for her. This makes him change his mind. He also takes Jay's application because he needs a receptionist. After about a week, Bree hears from Pooh. Little kids stop Bree near Pooh's apartment to get her autograph and sing her songs. Bree gets scared when her kids talk about her, especially when Jojo, the oldest, asks her if she shoots bad guys. Pooh didn't kill the Crown or get the chain back, and she somehow doesn't mind that Bree hired Supreme. Just as Bree promises to leave Garden Heights, SWAT cars show up and start a drug raid. While Pooh is being taken, Curtis drags Bree into Sister Daniel's room. Curtis makes Bree feel better, they kiss, and he later drives her home. Bree tells Jay that Pooh was arrested, which makes Jay cry. She then locks herself in her room. Bree is upset on the day of her interview. Supreme laughs at Bree when she tells him to use her name. He then tells her that DJ Hype will try to bother her. As usual, Hype asks Bree if her song encourages violence and is cruel. Bree gets angry and refuses to go on with the interview. That she behaved like a ratchet hood rat gets praise from Supreme. It will improve her image. Bree is shocked. She goes to see Trey at work right away. Trey gets very angry until Bree says she only wanted to protect the family. He then tells her she's a gift and that she saved him. After a few days, Bree goes to Jay's room and tells her to wake up. The next day, Jay asks her to come see Pooh in jail, and Supreme calls to ask Bree to record a song for a record boss after school. He asks Bree to go on a date on the bus, in front of Sunny and Malik. At school, Shauna is upset that Bree can't make it to an after-school meeting with Dr. Cook, but she tells Bree she supports her. Supreme takes Bree to the studio after school. James, the white executive, talks about Lawless as if he made bad choices and Bree isn't there. They tell Bree that he wrote a song for her when D-Nice shows up. Bree hates it when he calls her sassy. Bree tries to say no, but she records it anyway, even though it's rude and violent. The next day, Pooh tells Jay all of Bree's secrets at the jail. Jay is mad at Pooh and won't let him out of jail because Pooh is still planning to get back at the Crown for stealing the chain. Jay tells Bree outside that she can't rap until she knows who she is. A few days later, Bree goes to the park with Sunny and Malik to meet Rapid. After Bree and Malik make up, Rapid turns out to be Miles. Miles tells Bree that Supreme makes him act straight, which is why he's quitting rapping. At church the next day, Bree thinks about what she learned. And Trey's new girlfriend Kayla comes along with him. Bree figures out that she doesn't mind when Curtis acts friendly in public. But Bree freaks out when Jay, Grandma, and Granddaddy say they are having a family dinner after church, even though Grandma isn't being mean to Jay. Jay says sorry for leaving Bree when they get back to their house, and Bree starts to call her mom. Bree and Trey are moving in with Grandma and Granddaddy so Trey can go to graduate school. Jay agrees to let Bree rap as long as Trey gets Supreme fired. The next week at the ring, Bree acts like she still gets along with Supreme. She is scared when she sees Crowns there, making fun of her with the chain, but she refuses to perform D-Nice's song and instead does freestyle. Supreme and James leave. A couple of weeks later, Bree gets a tweet inviting her to work on a song with a famous rapper.
About the author. Thomas was born in Jackson, Mississippi, and grew up there. When she was 6 years old, she watched a shooting, and her mother brought her to the library to broaden her perspective on the world beyond what she had just seen. This experience sparked her interest in writing and led to her first published work. She then got her BFA in creative writing from Belhaven University. She was the first Black student to finish from the school. There is a lot of the Black Lives Matter movement and the deaths of Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and Eric Garner in Thomas's work. Thomas's first book, The Hate You Give, became a huge hit right away because of this impact. Thomas got a grant from the group We Need Diverse Books in 2015 to write it. The Hate You Give has won a lot of awards and prizes, such as the William C. Morris Award and the Coretta Scott King Award.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.